day begins to loosen its hold the moment you settle here. Little by little, the noise you carried starts to drift to the edges, becoming softer, quieter, easier to let go. Nothing is asked of you now. Nothing needs to be solved or finished. This is simply a moment to breathe and allow your whole being to ease into a slower rhythm. Here, the pace shifts gently, almost without effort. Thoughts that once pressed against you begin to soften, like distant sounds fading into the evening. Warmth gathers around you in a quiet, comforting way, letting the body loosen from the inside out. You might notice your breath settling, or you may not. Either way, the space around you feels a little more open, a little more calm. In this soft beginning, the weight of the day no longer needs your attention. The tension that clung to your shoulders can ease and fall away. Even the mind, so full and busy before, can start to rest here, as though it knows it has reached a safe place. Nothing feels rushed. Each moment stretches gently into the next. As you continue to drift into this softer atmosphere, your awareness becomes lighter. The body feels held, supported, almost cradled by the stillness gathering around you. Thoughts that once felt sharp become smooth, rounded, harmless. They pass through without catching, without demanding anything. Everything moves at a pace that feels natural and kind. Gradually, a sense of comfort spreads through you, like warm air moving through a quiet room. There is no need to follow anything or try to hold on. You can simply rest inside this growing calm. Any leftover tension can melt at its own speed, dissolving as if it were made of something soft and temporary. Your breath flows in and out with quiet ease. Here, in this gentle space, the mind begins to loosen even further, not through effort, but through the simple permission to slow down. A peaceful heaviness settles in, grounding you in the present. Your thoughts grow quieter, like ripples settling on still water. What remains is a steady, warm sense of ease. The softness around you deepens, inviting you to let every part of yourself relax. There is room here for rest, for stillness, for a quiet kind of release. You may notice small shifts within you, the subtle feeling of letting go. Each shift creates more space, more calm, more quiet. Everything is gentle. Everything is slow. As your mind continues to unwind, a gentle clarity emerges. Not a brightness, but a soft clearing, like a long exhale after holding too much for too long. You can lean into it without trying. Let it move through you in its own natural way. The whole moment feels lighter. A sense of warmth begins to wrap around your awareness. It might feel like a soft blanket of calm, or simply a mellow stillness that asks nothing of you. This warmth helps the mind settle deeper, guiding you into a quieter inner space. Your breath feels unhurried, steady, soothing. The body follows, loosening a little more with each quiet moment. Here, as everything slows, you may feel yourself drifting inward. Not drifting away, but drifting inward, toward a place untouched by the strain of the day. This inner space feels peaceful and familiar, as though it has been waiting for you. The edges of your awareness soften, becoming hazy and gentle. Each moment sinks into the next with calm certainty. The stillness deepens even further now. Thoughts fade like soft shadows, dissolving into quiet. Emotions find comfort in the warm, steady pace of your breath. Your entire being seems to settle, sinking into a more tranquil rhythm. There is a growing sense of ease that steadies you from the inside out. You are carried now by this quiet, supported by a softness that asks nothing and gives generously. The mind feels less busy, the body less tense, the breath more open. Everything begins to move in one smooth, gentle flow. It is safe to rest here. It is safe to let the day fade completely. With each moment, the quiet around you becomes deeper and more serene. Your mind settles into this softness as if it belongs to it. The long, steady rhythm of calm begins to cradle your awareness. Everything is slow, everything is warm, everything is easy. You are here, resting in a gentle beginning. Allow yourself to linger in this stillness for as long as it feels good. Let the warmth continue to settle, letting calm gather in every corner of your being. There is no need to reach beyond this moment. Simply breathe, soften, and let yourself sink a little deeper into the quiet that surrounds you. The day begins to fall away the moment you settle into this quiet space. What once felt loud or demanding now feels a little farther from you, as though the edges of the day have softened. There is nothing pulling at your attention, nothing waiting for you to return, just a slow drift into calm. In this gentle beginning, the body starts to loosen. Small places of tension reveal themselves and ease in their own time. A slow breath, or even the idea of a slow breath, helps the shoulders soften, the jaw relax, the muscles let go. Everything settles inch by inch, without any effort. Here, you can simply rest in the warmth of this moment. The hours behind you may still echo lightly, but they no longer carry weight. It's as if the day is fading into the distance, like a light dimming at dusk. What once felt close and pressing begins to move farther away. You feel the space opening around you. A gentle quiet settles in. As the mind shifts away from the noise, clarity grows softer. Thoughts that were tangled start to fall apart, becoming loose threads that drift off into calm. There is no need to follow them. They move on their own, thinning out until they dissolve. With each passing moment, the mind feels smoother and less crowded. Notice how the body responds when the mind softens. A little more ease around the neck, a gentle release in the chest, a warm heaviness spreading through the arms and legs. The whole body seems to breathe in relief. Imagining the day dimming like fading light can help this softening deepen. Picture the brightness lowering little by little, leaving behind a calm, muted glow. The mind follows that gentle shift, letting its own brightness settle into something quiet and steady. The pace slows. The atmosphere becomes softer. Now the tension that lingered from earlier begins to unwind. It loosens like a tight knot gently unspooling. Not all at once, but gradually, with patience and care. Each moment of release creates more room for calm. Each breath moves you farther from the rush of earlier hours. Warmth spreads through you, making everything feel calmer and more grounded. This warmth is steady and comforting, like being wrapped in a soft blanket of stillness. It holds the body in a gentle embrace, letting the mind drift even further from stress. Nothing feels urgent. Everything unfolds slowly. As you rest here, the sounds and movements of the day continue to fade. They become like distant memories, softened by time and quiet. The body senses this distance and responds with deeper relaxation. Muscles settle, thoughts settle. Even emotions that felt heavy begin to lighten. They loosen their grip and move outward, making space for calm to rise gently in their place. This shift is subtle but unmistakable. The heart feels less burdened. The breath moves more freely. Each part of you seems to agree on one simple thing. It is safe to unwind now. Safe to release the effort you carried. Safe to let yourself be at ease. The whole moment feels like a long exhale after holding too much for too long. Everything slows to a soothing rhythm. As the mind continues to soften, it becomes easier to drift into deeper quiet. Thoughts become like faint shapes in the background, present but gentle. They no longer cling or insist. They float. They fade. The sense of distance from the day grows even stronger now. What happened hours ago feels softer, lighter, almost dreamlike. The body welcomes this separation, relaxing into the new calm that fills the space. Warmth continues to move through you. Softness continues to spread. Here, in this deepening quiet, you may notice a peaceful heaviness settling over you. It's the heaviness of rest, of safety, of slowing down. The body sinks into it naturally. The mind rests against it with ease. Everything feels grounded and steady. Now the day feels like a distant horizon, fading into gentle twilight. You remain here in the softness, untouched by the noise that came before. The mind drifts freely, unhurried and unburdened. Each moment falls gently into the next. Everything feels warm and slow. As your awareness continues to settle, calm becomes the only thing you feel. It wraps around you, quiet and patient. Thoughts dim like small lights drifting away. Tension melts until only softness remains. You are held in a soothing, peaceful stillness. Rest in this sense of release. Rest in the gentle distance from the day. Allow this quiet to surround you fully now. Let the last traces of strain fade away into the softness. A quiet warmth begins to gather around you, subtle at first, like the soft glow of a light behind a curtain. The air feels gentler here, slower, almost as if the space itself is taking a long, steady breath. Nothing rushes, nothing pulls at you. You're held in a soft, warm atmosphere that begins to settle through your whole body. In this calm space, the breath moves with an easy rhythm. It drifts in, smooth and unforced, carrying a gentle warmth with it. That warmth spreads through the chest, unfolding slowly like a soft wave. Each breath feels a little fuller, a little steadier. The steady flow creates a sense of comfort that wraps around you from the inside. Here, the breath becomes more than movement. It becomes a warm current that drifts through you at its own pace. There's no need to match it or shape it. Simply noticing it is enough. It rises, settles, and rises again, bringing calm with every cycle. This gentle current begins to melt the tension hidden inside you. Small knots loosen without being touched. Strain dissolves into the warmth the breath carries. It feels as if each exhale lets something soften and fall away. You grow a little lighter with every quiet release. As you rest in this warmth, the mind follows the breath's calm rhythm. Thoughts drift slower. Edges blur. What felt tight or tangled begins to ease into stillness. Everything becomes softer, like fabric warmed by the sun. The breath continues to flow through you, smooth and steady. It brings with it a feeling of being soothed from within. This inner warmth settles deeper, spreading calmly down through the body. The shoulders soften, the belly loosens. The whole body seems to glow with quiet comfort. In this moment, the breath feels like a gentle guide, not directing you anywhere, but offering an easy path into deeper quiet. With each inhale, warmth expands. With each exhale, tension thins out and disappears. The cycle continues, slow and reassuring. The warmth settles around the heart now, softer than before. A calm heaviness settles in the chest, but it's the kind that brings relief, not weight. It feels grounding, steadying, safe. You can rest easily against it. The breath holds you, wrapping every thought in softness. As the warmth spreads outward, it moves down the arms and into the hands. There's a gentle tingling, a loosening that feels peaceful and natural. Softness flows downward through the torso, gathering in the legs and feet. Everything grows heavier in a comforting way. You're sinking deeper into calm with each passing moment. Thoughts continue to dissolve in this warm flow. They drift outward, thinning into the quiet air. Some fade quickly, others linger briefly before dissolving like mist. Nothing stays long enough to matter. The mind is wrapped in gentle warmth, protected from the day. This warm current inside you feels endless. It rises and falls, each movement creating a deeper sense of ease. There's no need to try or follow anything. Simply resting in this warmth is enough. The breath carries you through it, steady and soft. Every part of you responds to this inner heat. The body becomes looser, almost fluid. Tension has nothing to hold on to anymore. It slips away quietly, unnoticed, until you realize how light you feel. Your whole being begins to settle into comfort. The warmth reaches the edges of your awareness now, filling even the quiet spaces of the mind. It creates a gentle glow that softens everything it touches. Nothing feels sharp. Nothing feels urgent. Only calm remains. Here, the breath feels like a soft cradle. Its rhythm is slow and unhurried. It's warm, steady, and familiar. You drift with it, drifting deeper into the softness it creates. The mind and body move in one smooth flow. As the breath continues, the warmth reaches a deeper layer within you, a place where the last bits of strain hide. Even here, the warmth does its work with ease. It melts whatever remains, leaving only stillness behind. A quiet relief spreads through your entire body. Everything grows quieter now. The breath moves like a gentle tide, slow and warm. The mind rests in the glow left behind. Nothing rises to disturb you. You float in a soft, steady comfort. Stay with this warmth as long as it feels good. Let it move through you in its slow, soothing rhythm. Let the breath wrap you in calm, carrying away anything that no longer needs to stay. Here, in this soft quiet, rest settles over you like a warm blanket. A deep quiet gathers around you as you settle into this moment. The stillness feels soft, like a gentle cushion that receives all the weight you've been holding. Nothing presses forward now. Nothing pulls you back. You are simply here, resting in a warm, unhurried calm. As everything slows, you may sense a heaviness inside you. Not something wrong, just the weight of the day that hasn't had a chance to be set down. It lingers in small places throughout the body, tucked into muscles and thoughts. Here, in this softness, that weight begins to loosen. It gently shifts, making room for lightness to emerge. Imagine that heaviness as a tight knot deep within you, a knot that has been trying to hold everything together. Now, with each quiet breath, the knot begins to soften. Its edges warm and melt, thread by thread. Nothing forces it. Everything unwinds naturally. The mind, sensing this slow release, starts to relax even more. Thoughts that once felt heavy begin to lose their shape. They settle quietly, like dust drifting to the ground. There's no need to follow them. They fall away on their own, leaving open space behind. This soft melting continues through the body. The shoulders feel a little less burdened. The chest opens gently, no longer held tight. Even the lower body begins to loosen, sinking into deeper stillness. Your entire being begins to let go. In this moment, imagine a warm glow spreading around the knot that remains, a glow that's gentle, comforting, and steady. It touches the tightness with kindness, not pressure. The knot responds by softening a little more. Its grip eases, allowing warmth to flow in. As this warmth moves through you, the weight you carried starts to feel different. Lighter, looser, less personal. Almost like something borrowed that you're ready to return. The edges of the heaviness continue to melt. What once felt solid begins to dissolve into something softer, almost fluid. It slips away quietly, without resistance. The body senses this shift and settles even deeper into rest. The mind follows, drifting into a calmer space. Here the warmth grows stronger, but always gentle. It wraps around the remaining tension with compassion. Each moment brings more release, more ease. Even the smallest tightness begins to unwind. You may feel the weight lifting almost imperceptibly. Thoughts soften further as the inner knots loosen. What once felt sharp now feels rounded, quiet, harmless. They drift across your awareness like soft shadows. Then they fade, leaving stillness behind. A lightness begins to spread through the mind. The breath moves through this openness with ease. Slow, warm, comforting. Each breath encourages another layer of heaviness to melt away. Imagine the last traces of stress as gentle droplets resting on the surface of warm water. One by one, they dissolve into the warmth around them. No struggle, no effort. Just a quiet disappearance into calm. As this release continues, the body feels more spacious inside. There's room for ease, room for rest, room for quiet. The weight that once pressed inward is now drifting outward, far from your center. It becomes faint, distant, soft. Eventually it fades into the stillness. The mind takes a deeper breath of this relief. You may feel a gentle lift through the chest or a softening behind the eyes. A sense of comfort rises, steady and reassuring. It's the feeling of being supported, held, understood. It settles through you like warm air filling a quiet room. The inner warmth feels almost like a blanket of calm now. It moves slowly around every place that once felt tight. Every part of you receives its softness. Nothing is overlooked. Everything is gently cared for. Lightness begins to replace the old heaviness, not bright or sharp, but soft and mellow. It feels like the body is floating slightly above the weight it once held. The mind feels clearer. The breath feels easier. With every subtle release, you drift deeper into comfort. The body loosens into its natural restful shape. The mind quiets into a peaceful hum. There's no pressure here, just slow, soothing relief. Now the last remaining knots soften completely. They melt like warm wax, dissolving into effortless ease. What remains is an open, spacious calm that fills your whole being. It holds you with gentle reassurance. You are supported fully by this moment. Rest in this feeling of lightness. Rest in the warmth that surrounds you from within. Allow any leftover tension to drift away on its own. There's nothing you need to hold anymore. Settle into the quiet and let the softness carry you. Somewhere deep within, there is a doorway into quiet, a soft threshold between the noise of the world and a room that belongs only to you. As you settle into this moment, that doorway comes gently into focus. Nothing rushes you toward it. It waits, calm and patient, surrounded by stillness. The feeling around this doorway is peaceful and dim, like evening light resting on soft walls. The air is warm and steady, with a quiet that feels kind. Stepping toward it, even in your mind, brings a sense of relief. The weight of the day loosens a little more with each slow, easy breath. You know that beyond this threshold lies rest. As you move through, the world outside fades behind you. Sounds grow distant and soft, like echoes heard through layers of gentle fabric. Inside, the light is low and soothing. Shadows are round and calm, without sharp edges. Everything in this space feels safe. The room inside is simple and comforting. The walls feel close enough to hold you, but never tight. Surfaces are soft to the eye and to the touch, with textures that invite you to relax. Maybe it's the feeling of a smooth wall, a soft chair, or a thick, gentle rug. Whatever shapes this space takes, it fits you perfectly. The air is quiet here but not empty. It carries a sense of warmth and belonging, as if this room has been waiting for you. Silence wraps around you like a soft blanket, tender and steady. It supports every part of you, from your thoughts to your breathing. Nothing harsh lives here. In this quiet room inside, the body begins to sink into ease. Your muscles loosen their grip without needing to be asked. The surface beneath you feels supportive and forgiving, allowing you to rest more fully. Fabric feels soft against the skin, smooth and gentle. Each point of contact helps you feel more grounded and secure. The dim light in this inner space adds to the calm. It glows softly, never glaring, never demanding attention. It might come from a single lamp, a shaded window, or simply a warm presence in the air itself. Whatever its source, it fills the room with a gentle golden hush. The eyes can rest here, unbothered and unstrained. Here, the mind begins to believe in safety again. Thoughts slow down, knowing they no longer need to protect or prepare. This room holds them all, even the heavy ones, with quiet acceptance. Nothing needs to be pushed away or fixed. Everything is allowed to soften. As you breathe in this space, a steady comfort grows. Each inhale draws in the warmth of the room. Each exhale blends your tension into the quiet air, where it dissolves without a trace. The room receives it all gently. You are met only with softness in return. Textures become more vivid as you relax. The fabric beneath your hands, the cushion at your back, the feeling of softness at your feet. Every surface seems to say, "You belong here." The room molds around you in subtle ways, as if it understands exactly what you need. You feel held, supported, understood without a word. The silence deepens, but it is never cold. It feels like a friend who sits beside you, offering presence without pressure. Nothing interrupts this stillness. No demands, no expectations, no tasks waiting. All of that stays outside the doorway, far from this inner sanctuary. Inside this room, your breathing finds a naturally slow rhythm. Each breath rises and falls like gentle waves against a quiet shore. The body listens and follows, relaxing in time with this calm motion. The mind listens too, settling into the same slow, soothing flow. Everything in you syncs with the peace of this space. The sense of safety grows stronger. You may notice a soft heaviness in your limbs, the pleasant weight of being at rest. Your chest feels less guarded, more open. The area around your heart feels warm and quietly protected. Every part of you is allowed to be exactly as it is. In this quiet room inside, you are never alone. You are surrounded by the feeling of being welcomed and accepted. This space does not judge, and it does not rush. It simply holds you, moment after moment, with unwavering calm. You can stay as long as you wish. The more you linger here, the deeper the mind settles. Thoughts drift through like soft clouds passing the window of this inner space. Some appear for a while, then move on. Others barely form before the gentle stillness absorbs them. The mind understands that it does not have to chase anything here. The room itself feels like a reflection of your own softness. Its dim light, its quiet corners, its gentle surfaces. All of it mirrors the peaceful parts of you that are often hidden during the day. Here, those parts are easy to feel. They come forward, calm and kind. As you rest, The boundaries between your body and the room begin to blur. You feel less like someone inside a space, and more like you are part of the space itself, wrapped into its warmth, resting in its silence, breathing with its steady rhythm. The room protects you without walls. It is safety you can feel from the inside. Tension has nowhere to cling in this environment. It slips away into the soft textures, into the dim light, into the silence that accepts everything and holds on to nothing. What remains is a deep sense of ease, an ease that moves from your skin to your muscles, from your muscles to your thoughts. Eventually, it reaches every corner of your being. Stay in this quiet room for as long as you like. Let its safety continue to wrap around you. Let its dim, gentle light keep soothing your eyes and your mind. Nothing outside of this space needs your attention right now. Only the calm within matters. As the stillness deepens, the room becomes quieter still. Your body sinks a little further into softness. Your mind drifts a little farther from the day. You remain held by the warmth and the silence. Rest here, in your own quiet room inside. Night has settled all around, soft and quiet. The air feels slower now, gentle and cool, as though everything has taken a long, peaceful breath. Within this stillness, the mind begins to soften. Thoughts drift a little farther away. The body loosens into the quiet. Somewhere ahead, a faint light appears. Not bright, not demanding, just a soft glow in the distance. It might be a small lamp in a window, or a gentle moon hanging low in the sky. It stays still, calm and steady. Just knowing it is there brings an easy sense of comfort. The space between here and that light feels hushed. Sounds are softer, like they've been wrapped in layers of quiet. Nothing sharp reaches you, only the feeling of calm night air and the distant resting glow. This distance feels soothing, safe and unhurried. As the mind settles, attention moves toward that soft light. Not in a focused way, but in a loose, dreamy way. Eyes half closed in the imagination, just noticing the glow without needing to define it. It sits there warm and patient, a small, steady anchor in the dark. The light seems to float in a gentle haze. Edges are soft, blurred, easy on the eyes. It doesn't try to clear everything or explain anything. It simply exists, offering quiet reassurance. You can rest inside that reassurance. Around the light, the darkness is friendly. Not empty, not cold, just spacious and still. It makes the glow feel even softer, like a candle in a quiet room or moonlight over calm water. The darkness protects the light, and the light softens the darkness. Together, they create a peaceful balance. With each slow breath, the mind drifts closer to this feeling. Not walking, not moving quickly, just drifting in thought. The glow stays in view, always at a comfortable distance. Sometimes it feels nearer, sometimes a little farther away. Either way, it remains steady. The body responds to this distant light as if it were warmth spreading from far ahead. Muscles ease, as though the glow is reaching out in soft waves. The chest feels a little more open. The face relaxes, the brow smooths. Subtle changes, all inviting deeper rest. This gentle light creates clarity without effort. Things do not need to be figured out under its glow. Questions do not need answers. The mind is allowed to soften its grip on everything it's been holding. Clarity here feels like knowing it's all right not to think so much. The glow feels like a place you recognize, even without details. It might remind you of lamplight seen late at night, or a window in the distance on a quiet walk. It carries that feeling of knowing there is warmth and safety somewhere ahead. Even if you never move toward it, that feeling is enough. You are already held by it. As this soft light fills your awareness, thoughts become hazier. They drift in loose shapes and then fade. The mind slips into a dreamy state where nothing needs to stay sharp. Edges blur, lines soften, words fall away. What remains is a calm, floating sense of simply being. The hush around you deepens. It feels like the world has turned down its volume just for this moment. Even your inner voice grows quieter, softer, slower. It matches the pace of the distant glow. Every part of you settles into that slow, gentle rhythm. The light itself seems to breathe. It brightens slightly with each inhale and softens with each exhale. Not in a precise way, but in a loose, natural pattern. You find yourself moving with it, without trying, drawn into its easy rise and fall. As time slips by, the air around you feels lighter. Thoughts move like small feathers in a soft breeze. They float for a moment, then drift beyond reach. The mind doesn't chase them. It simply watches them pass. The light in the distance begins to feel like a doorway into sleep. Not something you have to walk through, just something that opens quietly on its own. Each moment you stay with it, the body sinks deeper into comfort. The mind drifts further into a hazy, pleasant fog. The glow becomes a soft guide into rest. Around this light, the night sky is smooth and velvety. It stretches out in all directions, wide and gentle. You feel very small in a soothing way, like being held in a vast, quiet cradle. The light keeps you oriented, but you don't need to go anywhere. You are already exactly where you need to be. A dreamy calm begins to wash over you. Thoughts slow to a quiet trickle, then to almost nothing at all. Images float through your awareness without story or structure. Just colors, feelings, soft impressions. They pass like clouds drifting through that gentle glow. The distant light never fades completely. It stays low and kind, a soft presence at the edge of your awareness. If attention wanders, it's always there when it returns, like a small lantern left burning so the night never feels too dark. It is patient, it is steady. Inside this soft, glowing night, the mind feels lighter than it has in a long time. No pressure, no urgency, just a slow, dreamy drifting. Every muscle, every breath, every thought joins this quiet flow. Allow yourself to stay here, in this hazy space between darkness and gentle light. Let the glow remain in the distance, comforting and calm. Let the hush around it wrap you in deep, quiet rest. Nothing else is needed, just the soft light in the distance and the slow, sleepy drift into silence. The quiet around you grows deeper, as if the whole world has settled into a soft, hushed stillness. The air feels slow and gentle, almost velvety against your awareness. Nothing moves quickly here. Nothing pulls you forward or backward. You rest in a calm that seems to stretch in every direction. As this stillness settles, a sense of weightlessness begins to form. It starts as a subtle lift beneath the body, a soft unanchoring. The edges of your awareness loosen, becoming smooth and light. You feel suspended in a calm space, neither rising nor falling, just floating in quiet ease. The darkness around you is soft, not heavy. It wraps gently around your shape, warm and quiet. There's no pressure from it, only comfort. You drift inside this darkness the way a feather moves through still air, slowly, effortlessly, without intention. Every breath you take seems to widen this softness. Inhale, and the darkness feels warm. Exhale, and the body sinks deeper into ease. The rhythm moves through you like a gentle tide brushing against a quiet shore. Calm expands with each slow cycle. Here, in this suspended space, Nothing needs to be held together. Muscles loosen into a natural softness. Thoughts uncoil and drift to the edges. The mind relaxes its grip on everything it carried. You sink a little deeper into stillness with every passing moment. A gentle drifting sensation begins to fill your awareness. Not movement with direction, but a slow floating inside quiet air. You feel supported on all sides, as if the space is holding you with steady hands. There is nothing to resist, nothing to manage. Only the slow, effortless drift into calm. Time feels different here. Moments stretch and soften, blending into one another like shadows merging in low light. There is no need to count them or notice them. They simply pass, smooth and gentle. The drifting becomes the only rhythm you feel. The mind quiets even more in this soft darkness. Thoughts lose their sharpness, becoming faint outlines. They float for a moment, then dissolve into the still air around you. No thought stays long. Everything fades into the same deep quiet. Your body continues to feel lighter, as if held in warm water. Tension slips away without effort. Even the breath grows softer, quieter, slower. Each rise and fall becomes a lullaby of motion. The drifting sensation deepens, steady and soothing. In this warm darkness, the space around you feels endless. Not vast in a way that overwhelms, but vast in a way that frees you. You float inside it like a small, calm point of light. Peaceful, unburdened. The drifting shifts gently from moment to moment. Sometimes it feels like a slow sway, sometimes like a soft pull forward, sometimes like quiet settling downward, always unhurried, always safe. Your body seems to release one layer of tension after another. Shoulders soften, the belly loosens, the face relaxes, each place becoming part of the stillness that surrounds you. Nothing remains tight or guarded. Every breath feels like warm air brushing against your awareness. It carries a soothing weight that relaxes everything inside. With each exhale, your body sinks a little deeper into this suspended state. You feel held, cradled, supported by the stillness. Sleep feels closer now, moving toward you like a gentle wave. The drifting continues, slower and softer than before. It feels as though you are floating through a quiet night sky, carried by the calm around you. No direction, no destination, just the peaceful movement of breath and stillness. Your thoughts have almost completely dissolved now. Only hints remain, like distant murmurs that fade before fully forming. The mind rests at the edge of dreams, floating, light, easy. The quiet becomes even deeper, wrapping around you in soft layers. It cradles the body, quiets the mind, and steadies the breath. You drift inside it, supported by its gentle presence. Every part of you relaxes a little more. Every part of you surrenders to the quiet. Stay in this drifting stillness for as long as you like. Let the weightlessness continue to hold you. Let the soft darkness keep you suspended in its calm. Nothing else matters right now. Only the gentle drift into deeper stillness and quiet and rest. The quiet around you feels softer now, as if everything in the air has settled into a gentle hush. It's the kind of quiet that doesn't demand anything. It simply rests with you, warm and steady. Each breath you take blends into it, smooth and unhurried. You settle a little deeper into the calm. In this moment, the mind begins to drift. Not away, not toward anything, just drifting softly on its own. Thoughts lose their sharp edges. They float like faint shapes at the edge of awareness. Nothing holds on tightly. Imagine the mind as a wide open sky at dusk. A few soft clouds pass slowly overhead, easy and light. They move without effort, carried by a quiet breeze. One cloud drifts through, then another, each one softer than the last. Nothing in the sky needs to be controlled. The clouds keep moving gently. Some are thicker, some barely formed. They glide through the quiet air, always onward, never staying. The sky remains spacious and calm. Your awareness floats inside that space, unburdened. Now picture the surface of a still pool. At first, a few ripples move across it, small and delicate. They spread outward in slow circles, fading as they go. The water settles with each passing moment. Soon it becomes smooth once again. The mind begins to settle in the same way. Soft ripples that once stirred inside you grow smaller. They drift outward, dissolving into the calm around them. What remains is a gentle, steady stillness, a peaceful clarity that asks for nothing. In this stillness, thoughts feel like faint echoes. They appear lightly, then fade into the distance. No echo lasts long. Each one softens almost as soon as it arrives. Silence grows in the spaces between them. Here the quiet becomes even deeper, not heavy, not empty, just soft. A quiet that cushions every part of your mind. You rest inside it, weightless and safe. It holds you with gentle reassurance. The drifting continues, but slower now, like leaves floating across a calm lake, carried by the faintest current. They move at the pace of ease. Nothing forces them forward, nothing pulls them back. Thoughts follow that same rhythm. A thought rises, gentle as a whisper. It lingers for a moment, then dissolves into the hush. Another thought drifts by, just as soft. Then it too melts into the quiet. This natural softening brings a feeling of peace. The mind no longer tries to grasp or chase anything. It simply rests, open and calm. A warm comfort spreads through your awareness. A comfort that deepens with every slow breath. Now the mind begins to feel spacious, wide and welcoming, like a calm valley under a soft morning sky. Light drifts across it, gentle and warm. Nothing stirs the stillness. Nothing troubles the space within. Images may drift in and out, loose and dreamy. A distant horizon, a soft glow, a quiet hallway filled with shadows. They appear softly, then fade like mist. This drifting of images becomes slower and slower. What appears now is barely formed, more feeling than picture. A sense of floating, a sense of ease, a deep quiet that wraps around every part of you. As the mind continues to soften, the body follows. Muscles relax a little more. Breathing grows quieter. The chest feels as though it is held by warm, gentle hands. You sink deeper into the softness. Here, nothing inside you needs to be pushed away. Everything can exist just as it is. The quiet makes space for it all. Then, naturally, it all becomes softer. It melts into the stillness like snow warming under morning sun. The sky of the mind becomes clearer now. Clouds thin out. Ripples disappear. Echoes fall silent. A calm openness spreads outward in every direction. This openness brings a sense of freedom. You don't have to think or decide or manage anything. You simply rest in this spacious quiet. Everything feels light. Everything feels gentle. The quiet deepens one more time. It wraps around your awareness like soft fabric. Thoughts become faint, far away. Only stillness remains, a stillness that feels warm, safe, and complete. Stay inside this quiet for as long as it feels good. Let the softness cradle your mind. Let the drifting continue, slow and peaceful. Nothing else is needed now. Only this quiet mind and the gentle settling into silence. Night settles gently around you, soft and cool. like a quiet blanket laid across the world. The air feels calm, touched with a faint chill that soothes the skin. Everything has slowed to a peaceful rhythm. You rest inside this stillness, breathing with the quiet of the night. Above you, the sky stretches wide and soft. It isn't dark in a heavy way, but in a comforting, velvety way. Shadows blend together, gentle and smooth, like watercolor fading into deeper shades. The quiet between them feels kind, patient, and steady. You feel safe beneath this open sky. The night seems to wrap itself around your body. A soft coolness drifts across your arms, your face, your legs. It moves slowly, like a soft breeze passing over calm water. Nothing startles, nothing stirs too sharply. The world is hushed, and you are held inside its quiet. Here, the night offers its own kind of protection. Not walls or barriers, but a tender stillness that surrounds every part of you. It carries no demands, no expectations. It simply exists, steady and embracing. You can rest deeply within it. As you breathe, the cool air fills you with a gentle clarity. Each inhale moves through you like soft moonlight. Each exhale blends into the darkness around you, dissolving tension into the open night. The body begins to settle, heavy in the best way. The mind drifts further into calm. Shadows shift softly on the ground, long and stretched. They move in slow, quiet patterns, almost dreamlike. Their motion is soothing, like a lullaby made of darkness and light. You feel yourself drifting with them, unhurried, peaceful. The body loosens in response. The sky above carries a sense of endless space. It invites your thoughts to expand and then fade into the distance. Anything that once felt close or pressing slips away, carried by the gentle sweep of the night. The mind grows open and light. Every worry becomes quieter, smaller. In this open space, your breath slows naturally. The rise and fall feel synchronized with the rhythm of the night. The chest moves softly, easily. Muscles follow, relaxing in waves that flow through the body. Ease spreads from the center outward. The darkness here feels warm despite its cool touch. It has a softness that comforts the heart. You feel cradled inside it, as though the night itself has welcomed you into its quiet embrace. Your body leans into that embrace, relaxing more deeply. Your thoughts soften into nothing more than faint murmurs. The air carries a calm stillness, like the silence before dawn. It surrounds you gently, filling your senses with peace. You feel yourself sinking into this quiet world, not falling, but settling, not drifting away, but resting more deeply within yourself. The sky seems to hold the whole moment steady. Its vastness invites a kind of surrender, a letting go. You release any last bit of tension into the night air. The darkness receives it patiently. All that remains is softness. You may sense a cool breeze brushing lightly against your skin. It feels cleansing, as if it's carrying away whatever lingers from the day. It moves slowly, barely noticeable, yet soothing all the same. It leaves behind only calm, only stillness. As the night deepens, your body sinks deeper into rest. Muscles unwind completely. Your limbs feel settled and warm. Your breathing becomes slow, almost silent. The weight of the day is long behind you. Thoughts move like faint shadows beneath the sky. They appear softly, then dissolve before they form fully. The mind becomes a smooth, quiet surface. Nothing rises sharply. Everything feels gentle and distant. The spaciousness of the night spreads within you. It opens something deep and quiet inside your chest. This is not emptiness, but peace. A peaceful room made of darkness, cool air, and soft skies. You rest comfortably inside it. You may feel as though the night itself is holding you, supporting your weight, steadying your breath, soothing your mind. This sense of being held brings a warm kind of surrender, a surrender that feels safe and welcome, a surrender that lets you sink even deeper. The cool air settles over you in one last slow sweep. Shadows soften around you. The sky remains gentle and wide. Everything blends together into one calm, soothing warmth. The body drifts into full ease. Stay beneath this soft night for as long as you wish. Let the darkness cradle you. Let the quiet sky keep you safe. Nothing else needs your attention now. Only the night holding you. As you drift deeper into rest and deeper into silence, the quiet around you feels deeper now, as though the whole world has softened into a warm twilight. The air moves slowly, almost still. Your body settles into this hush with natural ease. Every part of you begins to sink into comfort. A gentle heaviness spreads through you. The surface beneath you feels soft and welcoming. It supports you fully, yet allows you to sink a little further with each slow breath. The sensation is steady and warm, like sinking into layers of soft fabric. Nothing feels sharp or tense. Everything beneath you feels forgiving. As you rest here, the body grows heavier in the most peaceful way. Your limbs feel warm and relaxed. Your shoulders sink deeper. Your back releases the last bits of tension. You feel held, supported, gently pulled downward into rest. A dreamy quiet fills the space inside you. Thoughts drift by in loose shapes, barely formed. They float like faint shadows and then disappear. The mind becomes lighter as the body grows heavier. Softness fills the places where effort once lived. Imagine yourself sinking a little deeper now, down through soft layers of warmth and stillness. Each layer feels quieter than the one above it. Each layer invites you to release more of the day. You descend slowly, comfortably, without any effort. The deeper you sink, the more spacious everything becomes. The mind expands into a wide, gentle darkness. Nothing presses against it. Nothing tries to rise. Every thought settles into silence. A slow drifting sensation begins to take over. It's the feeling of being carried downward by a calm, unseen current. It moves at the pace of rest, patient and steady. You surrender to it without even trying. Your whole body follows the drift. With each breath, the descent becomes smoother. The inhale brings warmth. The exhale carries you deeper. The rhythm feels hushed and natural, like the soft rocking of a quiet tide. You relax into it completely. The body now feels full and heavy, as if wrapped in many soft blankets. Each blanket adds a new layer of warmth, a new layer of calm, a new layer of peace. You sink into them all, deeper and deeper. Your awareness begins to blur at the edges. Things become hazy, gentle, unfocused. The mind no longer holds on to any shape or idea. It drifts downward like a leaf falling through still air, slow, unhurried, peaceful. The descent continues in soft waves. One moment you feel yourself sinking. The next moment you feel suspended in quiet. Then you sink again, even deeper. There is no need to guide it. Everything moves naturally. Every part of you follows this downward pull. The muscles soften completely. The breath becomes a quiet whisper. Warmth spreads from your chest to your fingertips and down to your toes. You feel deeply, deeply settled. The world around you seems far away now. Only softness remains close. Only quiet stays with you. Thoughts drift off into the distance, thinning like mist. Your mind hovers at the edge of sleep. Downward you drift, into the gentlest stillness, a stillness that feels warm and safe, a stillness that holds you like a cradle. There's nothing left to resist. You are ready to fall into it. The softness beneath you deepens. It feels as if you are resting inside a quiet nest of calm. Everything supports you. Everything welcomes your weight. Everything invites you to let go. You may feel the body melt a little more into the surface, a sense of sinking through the last thin layer of wakefulness, a gentle pull downward, steady and warm, a slow fade of awareness, a peaceful dimming of the mind. The drifting becomes almost unnoticeable now. It turns into pure, weightless calm. Your breath barely moves. Your body barely shifts. You hover at the threshold of deep rest. Allow this descent to continue. Allow your body to sink into its own stillness. Allow the mind to fade into quiet. Nothing more is needed. Nothing more is asked. Stay with this warmth, this heaviness, this sinking comfort. Stay with the softness that surrounds every part of you. Rest in this deep, soothing quiet. Let yourself drift downward into deeper rest and deeper still. The quiet around you feels softer than ever, as if the whole moment has been wrapped in warm, gentle silence. The air has a slow, peaceful rhythm, almost like a faint lullaby moving through the room. Your body senses this calm and settles a little more. Everything feels close, tender, and safe. A soft blanket of stillness begins to form around you. It drapes itself over your awareness with gentle weight, not heavy, just enough to help every part of you release what remains of the day. This stillness feels warm. It feels kind. As you sink more deeply into this quiet, the mind follows. Thoughts become faint, barely touching the surface before drifting away. What remains is a soft openness, a calm space inside that you can rest in completely. It holds you with quiet certainty. The stillness continues to thicken around you, forming a peaceful cocoon. Its edges are smooth, soft, almost velvety. Every breath sinks into it and becomes part of the calm. Every exhale spreads through it and disappears. You are surrounded by comfort. In this moment, it feels as though the whole world has slowed to match your breath. The rhythm is steady, gentle, unhurried. Warmth spreads through your chest and settles in your belly. Your limbs grow heavier, relaxing into the surface beneath you. Your mind drifts like a leaf resting on quiet water. The quiet becomes deeper still, not silence, but a warm, soothing hum that fills the space inside you. It smooths the edges of every thought. It softens the last traces of tension. It gathers you gently into peace. You may feel as though the calm is wrapping around you like a soft, comforting cloak. It settles over your shoulders, down your arms, around your legs. Its warmth soaks into your skin. It reaches deeper into your muscles, into your breath, into your mind. Everything inside you loosens. With each moment, you sink into a deeper layer of ease. The body grows still, resting fully. The mind becomes quiet, drifting in dreamy softness. Thoughts move slower, losing shape as they come. You feel more and more surrounded by peace. The air around you feels like a calm embrace. It holds you gently without any pressure. It supports your weight, your breath, your quiet thoughts. It feels steady, loving, protective. You can surrender into it completely. A gentle warmth spreads through your chest, soft and glowing. It radiates outward, filling your whole body with slow comfort. The glow settles into your arms, your hands, your legs, your feet. Every part of you welcomes it. Every part of you melts into it. You drift a little further into this stillness. Your awareness softens at the edges. The world becomes hazy and kind. Your breath becomes barely noticeable. Everything slows to a whisper-like pace. Now a deep, peaceful quiet rises from within. It feels like being held in a warm, safe place where nothing can disturb you. This quiet fills the room, your body, your mind. It becomes the only thing you feel, a pure, gentle peace. You may sense a final wave of calm traveling through you. It moves slowly, smoothing the last bits of wakefulness. It settles into the spaces behind your eyes. It loosens your jaw, your neck, your shoulders. One long, soft release. The body feels completely at rest now. Heavy, warm, still. Every muscle relaxed. Every breath slow. Every thought quiet and peaceful. You rest inside this tender quiet as though wrapped in layers of softness. The silence feels like a blanket made of warm night air. The darkness feels like a gentle cradle. You feel supported from all sides, safe, calm, and deeply settled. Allow the stillness to drift through you. Allow peace to gather in every corner. Allow the warm hush to carry you. Nothing else matters now. Only this deep, quiet comfort. Stay here as long as you wish. Let the softness keep holding you. Let the warmth keep soothing you. Let the peace settle into your bones. Rest in the quiet, drifting deeper into silence. The quiet around you has grown soft and deep, like the final glow of evening settling gently over everything. The air feels warm and slow, carrying a peaceful stillness that wraps around your body and mind. Nothing tugs at you now. Nothing needs your attention. You are resting inside a calm that feels safe and complete. A soft blanket of silence begins to drift over you. It settles lightly across your shoulders, your arms, your legs. This silence is warm, not empty. It soothes your breath, slows your thoughts, and invites your whole being to relax even more. You sink into it with ease. Each breath becomes quieter than the last. The inhale feels like soft light entering your chest. The exhale feels like sinking deeper into a place of pure rest. Everything inside you loosens. Everything becomes gentle. The calm around you feels like a quiet room with dim, glowing walls. It holds you without pressing. It surrounds you without confining. This peaceful space gives you permission to drift into whatever form of rest your body needs. It welcomes you completely. The warmth in the air carries a quiet reassurance. You feel carried by it, supported by it. You sense that nothing outside this moment can reach you here. Only calm remains. Only softness. The stillness grows thicker, like a layer of quiet drifting slowly down from above. It fills the spaces between your thoughts. It fills the spaces inside your chest. It fills the air around your body. You breathe it in and feel its comfort settling deeper. Your mind now feels like a smooth, open field at night. No movement, no sound, just a soft stretch of peaceful space. It feels easy to rest in this openness. The body grows heavier in a way that feels soothing. Muscles settle into the surface beneath you. Your limbs rest without effort. Warmth spreads through your back, your arms, your legs. Everything becomes still. A gentle glow seems to form in the quiet, subtle, tender, steady. It rests near you, almost like a small lantern placed beside your awareness. Its light isn't bright. It's soft and calming. It brings a feeling of comfort, like being watched over with care. You relax further under its glow. This glow slowly blends into the silence until both feel like one warm blanket wrapped around you. You rest inside that blend, floating in a tender hush. Nothing feels separate anymore. Your breath, your body, the quiet. They move together in slow harmony. Everything softens. The world around you fades into muted colors and soft shapes. Your thoughts drift like gentle whispers and then fall into silence. Awareness becomes lighter, drifting like a feather in still air. Your body sinks deeper into comfort. Your breath flows easily, like a quiet breeze. A deep sense of peace rises from inside. It feels warm and steady, like a soft hand placed gently over your heart. The peace spreads through you slowly, touching every part of you with tenderness. Your whole body responds to it. Your whole being leans into it. The calm grows even deeper. It feels like the quiet at the end of a long day, when everything is settled and the world has become still. You rest in that stillness, letting it hold you, letting it soothe you, letting it quiet everything inside. This moment belongs only to you, a small sanctuary of breath, warmth, and silence. You are fully supported here, fully safe, fully wrapped in peace. Breathe softly in this calm. Let the quiet fill the spaces between your thoughts. Let the warmth settle into your bones. Let the softness gather around your heart. Everything is gentle now. Allow your awareness to drift, slow and unhurried. Allow the silence to carry you. Allow the heaviness in your body to feel comforting and safe. You are resting in a peaceful cradle of calm. Nothing can disturb you here. The quiet becomes the only sound. The warmth becomes the only sensation. Your breath becomes the only rhythm. Everything else fades like distant echoes. Only peace remains close. Stay with this soft, deep rest for as long as you wish. Let the night hold you. Let the silence wrap around you. Let the calm settle every part of your body and mind. Rest in the warmth, in the quiet, drifting deeper into gentle, soothing silence.